Hey folks, Jason, JTL, Painfully Honest Tech. I want to talk to you guys today about the newly announced, launched, whatever, unavailable to the public, but available to every YouTuber in the world except for schmoes like me. I want to say a few things about the LG V30 that I really feel like nobody else is talking about. And one of those things is LG. The first thing I want to talk about is what's good about the LG V30 as far as I can tell. They kept all the internal stuff that made the LG V series a powerful powerhouse line of phones. They've got a better camera than's on the V20, competing with the Samsung phones based on the coverage that I've seen so far. They've got the quad DAC, which I still don't know what a quad DAC is. I know quadraphonic sound used to mean 4 speakers, but nobody's explained to me what that phone and this headphone jack sound really, really good. And I'm going to be sad to give up this phone so that I can get the Note 7 or the Note 8 for cheap. But they've kept the internals super fancy. They've improved the screen, so now they got what they call P-OLED, which is competing, I guess, with Samsung's AMOLED screens. But let's look back at the V series. Okay, let's talk about what the V series was really intended to be when LG brought it out several years ago. I think 2015 was when the V10 came out. I got the V10. The V10 was a weird phone. It had stainless steel rails on the side and a plastic sort of military feeling stipply back that you could peel off, and an SD card, and you could change the batteries and all those kinds of things. You could peel it off, SD cards, change batteries, all that kind of stuff. You could get a zero lemon case for it that covered the steel rails with TPU and made it like this thick. It was like an ice cream sandwich. But the V series was based on, the V10 was based on sort of like a powerful automobile-like design, like a V10 truck, something that was just really powerful and made to work. And the V20 kind of kept that going, got a little thinner, lost the rails, still had the removable back for the battery, great camera, great audio, etc., etc., all that stuff. Now with the V30, I think, we have to understand that LG has for a long time been the phone manufacturer that was willing to take risks on what they did with their phones. I mean, remember back several years to the G Flex, the curved phone, right? With the G5, they tried out modularity and failed miserably, but they tried. With the G6, they had a great phone, but seemingly nobody cared or knew about the phone, because within a few months, the G6 was discounted and they were trying to get it out the door from the carriers for like $20 a month or $500, all day long. Because everything that I heard about the G6 was that it was a great phone. And there's still a lot of videos out there where people just can't understand why the G6 didn't succeed. Meanwhile, the V20, they marketed it in a strange way. Joseph Gordon-Levitt ran around like a crazy person all over the place doing all kinds of different things. And it was, I don't know, I just, as much as I appreciate what they were trying to do, it didn't really translate. And they didn't really get to the market segment of millennials, I guess, that they were trying to get to. They were trying to get to those young people who are the YouTube generation. And they're going around and they're making music and they're shooting videos and they're doing all this other stuff. And the V20 was supposed to be their phone. But for some reason, LG couldn't make that sale, couldn't get that market message out. So along comes 2017. Along comes another V-Series phone, hot on the heels of another Note phone. The V20 had a shot last year with the Note 7 exploding, but it made barely any impact, right? Now the Note 8 is coming out. It's going to be out on September 15th. I've heard that the V30 is going to be out on September 21st or 22nd. I don't know, sometime in that third week-ish of September. And I look at the phone, and really all they've done is they've made the V series into a G series Plus kind of phone. Yes, it's got the internals that the V series has always had, but they lost that removable battery. Nobody in all of YouTube land seems to be complaining about that. Maybe it's not a big deal. Maybe it's not a big deal, but the removable battery, this was the last gasp of the removable battery of that level of, potential professionalism, sitting there and saying, I'm in the middle of a shoot, I'm in the middle of a session, I'm in the middle of something, my battery's dying, swap in a new one and keep going. That's what made the V series special. The powerful aspects, the power user nature of the phone. And now that's all gone. So now we have the G6 Plus. And it just disappoints me. Does that mean it's a great phone? No, it doesn't mean it's not a great phone. It's probably a great phone. But it's not the same V series that I really got excited about when I got the V10. It's not the same V series that the V20 tried to improve upon and did. It is now Samsung's attempt at keeping pace with everybody else by making a phone that looks like the phone that everybody else is making. And that's a disappointment to me. Is it a disappointment to you? Let me know down in the comments. Maybe I'm way off base. Maybe nobody cares about this stuff anymore. And they just want their glass pebble phones and their zero bezels and all that kind of stuff. Maybe that's what people want. But I admired the V series and was appreciative of the V series because of its unique nature. And that unique nature is gone now. So I don't know if the V series just doesn't interest me as much anymore. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I really appreciate you being here. This has been my little thought piece on the launch of the LG V30. Until the next time, my name's Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. I'm out.